All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, so today we are on chapter 6 of Cool Crosby, which is the first book in that series, uh, um, Adventures at the Hound Hotel. All right, so we are on chapter 6, which is called Battle with Brat. All right, let's see if it will. There we go. Battle with the Brat, chapter 6. It was seriously big trouble when Mom calls my whole name. I had lost my temper this time. What was I thinking? Just finished yanking a towel, I think it was, back and forth with his sister in chapter 5. Some of the flying balls hit a few of the dog's head. The frisbee had hit another dog in the ribs. Oh, yeah, the big tub had landed with a kerthunk right beside the teensy Yorkshire Terrier. He knocked over the tub of toys, the dog's toys. I was so lucky the tub hadn't landed on top of him. I shivered just thinking about what could have happened to the little guy. Mom swept the scared little terrier into her arms. It's okay. It's okay, she said. Then she looked at me hard. That was your last chance, Alfie, she said. You won't be playing with any of the dogs today unless somehow you prove to me that you can control your temper. Now pick up these boys. Then go inside and finish your chores. Without a word, I picked up all the toys and dropped them in the tub. I patted the dogs who'd gotten hit by the balls, and I whispered sorry to the dogs whose ribs got hit with the frisbee. Then I ducked indoors, filled the dogs' water pail super fast. I figured they'd be really thirsty after playing outside. I only spilled a little, and I wiped up the tiny puddles. After that, I got busy sweeping pins. For the next half an hour, no one spoke. Mom put on some nice, quiet music and started brushing the terriers. Alfreda moved Crosby and Bruno back into their pen. Now she was making a granny house out of another big cardboard box. She didn't even notice Alpha Pest Bruno, but I sure did. Pretty soon, I only pretended to sweep dog hair. Instead, I kept a watchful eye on poor Crosby. Bruno had crawled out of the brown towel and hopped onto out of the basket. He headed straight for his brother and began to chew his brushy tail over again, just like it was a tasty morning treat. Crosby wagged his tail and swept Bruno away. Then Crosby got up and moved. Bruno followed. Now the pup started to bite Crosby's chin. Crosby turned his head away, but and Bruno let go. For a minute, Bruno calmed down a bit. Then he started to chew on Crosby's front paw. Crosby pulled his paw away, and Bruno leapt forward and chewed on his other paw. Crosby growled low. I held my breath. A grown up German shepherds have really strong paws. One bite could turn a pup into a tasty snack. But still, the pest didn't stop. Now he started to hit Crosby across the face with his little paw. Crosby did a deep growl. Bruno didn't back off. I couldn't believe it. He scoffed Crosby across the face again and again. Crosby turned his head away and stared at the fairy tale forest. Alfreda was so busy painting the granny house she didn't notice Crosby's battle with the brat. Bruno hopped over and bit Crosby on the nose. That's it, I thought. The pup's a goner. Crosby has to lose his temper now. But Crosby didn't bite back. He didn't swat his little brother. He didn't snap off his head or even his nose. He didn't howl. Instead, once again, he turned his head away. Crosby totally kept his cool. But Bruno got bored, and the crawled into the little red basket again and fell back asleep. That's when I remembered something Dad had said. All dogs are born with natural instincts from their wolfkin back in history. So dogs have lots of the same instincts wolves do, like hunting and herding and protecting the pack. One another is called calming instinct. Alpha wolves don't fight with underdogs in their pack. no matter how annoying they are. Why? Because any members of the pack are wounded, they won't be strong enough fighters to hunt for food. The survival of the pack depends on the alpha wolves keeping their cool, like Crosby. Here's another thing Dad told me. When the alpha wolf or dog turns away and avoids a fight, he or she also calms down the pest. I leaned on the broom and thought more about the calming instinct. If Alpha Male Crosby, the leader of his little pack, can keep his cool with Bruto, the super brat, I thought, maybe I can with Alfreda. Maybe. The next time she bugged me, I'll try to be cool and try to find my calming instinct. Well, guess what? I got to test it in about 2 seconds later. Chapter 7. Do the Crosby thing. So there I was, deep in thought about the dogs and wolves and their super cool calming instinct. On the other side of the kennel room, Mom brushed the Yorkshire Terrier, quiet music played, and the Hound Hotel actually was pretty peaceful. Then Alpharetta walked across Crosby's pen, shut the gate behind her, and marched straight towards me. I need to borrow the broom, she said, to sweep the cardboard scraps. Go to the storeroom and get your own, I said. I know this isn't the only one. Why should I? She asked. You're not using that one. You're standing there, doing nothing. She wiggled her fingers in front of my nose and added, you really should do your chores one of these days. Stop being lazy. That's when I dropped my broom. The handle hit the floor with a bang. My temper started to steam out the sides like hot soup. Mom looked up. She dropped her dog brush and put her hands over the little terrier's ears. Alpharetta, she said, it's not your job to tell Alfie what to do. It's mine. Yay, I thought.
Carly, I have to make a
Now,
YouTube
stay
video.
calm, Alfie, Mom warned.
I don't know what to
Kevin,
do.
I'm going to mute your microphone for now. Now, stay calm, Alfie, Mom warned. That's beyond impossible, I thought, swinging my leg backwards. I was all set to kick Alpha pest of the world when I remembered Crosby, Cool Crosby. My leg hung in the air behind me. I remembered the calming instinct and how good it was for the entire pack, how it could calm down an annoying pest. I peeked at Crosby and he was staring at me. Okay, I thought, I'll do the Crosby thing. I closed my eyes and took 4 deep breaths. I told myself, calm down, Alfie, be cool. You can do it. I slowly lowered my leg. I uncurled my fingers and shook my hands loose. Then I turned away from the alpha pest and kept my mouth shut. I did it, I thought. I can't believe I actually did it. Hooray for me. I picked up the broom and walked away from my sister. I started to sweep. In no time at all, I had a pile of dog hair ready to dump in the trash. Finally, Alfreda muttered, headed towards the storeroom with her own dumb broom. Good job, Alfie, Mom said, walking over. Yeah, I replied. That's a big pile of dog hair, all right. I didn't mean that, she smiled. I mean, good job controlling your temper. I know your sister can be annoying sometimes, and I know you annoy her sometimes too. But you've proved you can keep your cool and walk away from a fight before it happens. Mom patted my shoulder. Just then, Alfreda marched back, swinging a broom. Alfreda, Mom said, I've decided to send Crosby outside to play with Alfie while you finish the theater set. Crosby does need some exercise now. What Alfreda said, but Crosby will forget all about me. I wanted to be his favorite kid this time. All he wanted to do last time was run through Alfie's obstacle course. Crosby won't even want to play frisbee with me.
Tell him to hang up on me.
It's not fair, Alfreda contended. Alfie has the best ideas for fun stuff to do with stuff the dogs love. The dogs never like me as much. They've always liked him more. She covered her face with her hands. Wow, I thought. I had never had a clue my sister felt this way. Mom put her arm around Alfietta's shoulders and led her to the laundry room for a private mom kid talk, I guessed. When I finished sweeping the kennels, I tiptoed to Crosby's pen. Bruno was still asleep in his basket. Come on, Crosby, I whispered, leading him out the kennel. Really quiet, I shut the gate behind us and we headed to the play yard door. Once outside, I threw our hair and cried, "Finally, some fun!" Crosby barked. Then he tore around in a circle at alpha dog speed. I think Crosby's happy to be outside. Chapter 8. And we will stop there, girls, and we will pick up with chapter 8 on Wednesday.